on Srimad Bhagvatam 7.11. Verse 25 and onwards. And today is a very auspicious day of Sri Advaita Acharya's appearance day. So we are fasting till noon, and Ekadashi fasting will be whole day. So, Hare Krishna Maharaj, please take over the call now. Hare Krishna.
Thanks, Krishna. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak about Advaita Acharya Prabhu and Srimad Bhagavatam. So we will pray first. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamala Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shrirupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shan He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Nandamaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदान्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमा ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे शिल प्रभुपाद की जय गौरव भक्त वृंद की जय सो टुडे is it has been announced Advaitacharya Prabhu. Advaitacharya is none other than combined Lord Shiva and also Mahavishnu. Combined, they embraced together and they came in the form of Advaita Acharya. Advaita, that there is no difference, there is no Dvaita. And Acharya, because he is very scholarly person, that is Acharya title was given. So Mahavishnu is saying to Mahadev that you and me are not different. We have one Atma. And so that's why they embraced each other. And then when they become all one, their body color was like molten gold. And so he was taken birth again at Kuberacharya and Labhadevi. Labhadevi is the mother in Kuberacharya. And then Krishna, that Akashvani told them that I will also come very soon, along with Krishna said that I will come soon in form of golden avatar, and also Balramji will come in form of Nityananda Prabhu. Because Kuber's wife also worshipped Lord Shiva for many years, and they were born in Loudgram, and then later on they moved to Shantipur. So even just in age of 5 years, he would not eat anything other than Krishna Prasad. He would not eat anything, and he was studying with King Divya Singh's son in the school. So one time, like while playing together, they went to Kali temple, and Rajkumar, he paid obeisances to the Kali, but he would not pay obeisances. And so when he forced him to pay obeisances, then this Rajkumar, then he fell unconscious and then he died. Then so many people came. Then Kamalaksh, his childhood name of Advaitacharya was Kamalaksh. Kamalaksh, his eyes were like a lotus flower. And so he brought the Narayan Charanamrit and he paid him, and he woke up, or means he became alive, this king. And he studied at a very young age. But one day in Diwali time, in in this Navgram where they were staying, this King Divya Singh and his so many parivakar, they were celebrating a festival and Kali Devi, and so many people were there. And Advaitacharya will leave, means that is Advaitacharya, but Kamalaksh was little bit away, but then everybody paid obeisances to this Ali Devi. But he would not pay. When his father said, "You please pay," the king said. Then his father forced him to pay obeisances or dandat pranam to Kali Devi, and he showed his eyes that you do it. So when he was paying obeisances, the Kali Devi she bursted open, फट गई. And so then Devi, because she is the Kali Devi, Devi Shakti of Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu's avatar is Kamalaksh. So how she could tolerate the obeisances of uh, the energy? So she did not accept that, and then she broke into pieces. And so then he came. Nobody said where Kamalaksh left. He went to Shantipur and he was studying Shadadarshan. And then one time, so Gopalji said they were very, very worried where their son has gone, and they did not know where his son. But later on, they heard he sent some message that yes, he is studying with Vedant Vagish was the guru, and he was studying. And one day they were walking on the lake, and there was a very, very beautiful, bright uh, lotus flower. And it was the way there were so many snakes and so many thorns were in that lake. So nobody, but so many snakes, not just one or two. And his tutor said that if I would have got this flower, when he saw the desire of his Gurudev, Vedanta Vagis, then he said that this is very, very difficult. Nobody can go there. But he went walking on the lotus leaf. Advaita Chari Prabhu, Malakshi went and he brought that and gave it to. So how he did this kind of, is it because of your study or knowledge, or it is on some Devi Shakti? He said that all these three planets are uh, uh, are of Sri Krishna, upper, middle, lower planetary system, and whoever takes shelter of that, uh, then he uh, then he can do any kind of difficult task. And even Siddhi, now everything is with that. I do not have any Vidya Bal, neither Devi Shakti. It is all because of Krishna Bhakti ki kripa. Uh, So he returned home after studying uh, with this teacher, and he learned everything very, very fast. His parents, they left his body when he came, and he was just chanting. They had a Viman cave in front of everybody. And this is in Kali, in this. And then they went back home, back to Asher. So there was naturally there was uh, means he felt bad, but then he did Pindadan and Shraddha, and he went to Jagannath Puri, and then he saw Jagannath ji, Baldev, Subhadra, Darshan, and Krishna. Then he was shouting, Krishna Dhanpaya, Krishna Dhanpaya. In that way, he was dancing in the temple. Then he came to Udupi, and then he met Madhendra Puri. He took Diksha from Madhendra Puri. And then Madhendra Puri told that Sri Krishna will become soon in the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And he was saying, Ha Gauranga, when I could see you. So then he went to Nasik and Dwarka and Prabhashetra and Badrikashram, and then later on he came to Mayapur or Navdvip, and he was shouting. He came to uh, this Vraj Dham first before going to Mayapur. In Vraj also, uh, and so then he got direction in the and that my deity, which was prayed or which was puja was done by Kubja, uh, Madan Mohan Vigra, Aditya Tila. It is there. It was under the ground. Then he dig with the help of others, and they found the deity and he was worshipping. Then so many Yavans were taking, Muslims were taking the deities and breaking them. Then deity became very small and hid themselves in the in a lotus flower, in a flower. And later on, he revealed. Then that Vigra was given to uh, Parshuram Chaube in Mathura, and he started traveling. That you just travel and preach. So he was started. Advaitacharya started traveling and preaching, and Parshuram Chaube was then this Madan Mohan, Madan Gopal, not Madan Mohan, Madan Gopal ji was playing later on with. Uh, he saw Sanatan Goswami came, and he was playing, and he saw at Parshuram Chaube, and he became so much attracted. And later on, Parshuram Chaube got a dream that please give my vigraha to Sir Sanatan Goswami. So Sanatan Goswami got that Madan Gopal ji, and he installed on the Aditya Tila. And but then from there, that Diti form of Madan Gopal was taken to. In the way there is a town, so it is the original ones are not there. The name of the town I'm forgetting right now, but it is still one can see. Uh, it was self-manifested, and then Narayan Narsimha Bhaduri, he had two daughters, Sita and Sri. So he brought them, and then he saw this Sita Devi is like Purnavasi, and then they both daughters were married to Advaita Chari, because that way they want to show that uh, marriage or no marriage, if you are not attached and you are serving Krishna and spreading Krishna consciousness, then it is just like taking sannyas. There is no difference. In this way, Advaita Chari, he went to Nimai's place and started. So what it is, because it's a very big charitra, I cannot go and tell you everything, but uh, Advaitacharya was elder, like fatherly figure, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come and pay obeisances. But he is the Lord and Master of Advaitacharya. He knew that Advaitacharya knew that is Lord Krishna himself. He would not like that he should pay him obeisances. He wanted to be chastised by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one day he was shouting with uh, so to accept his so Vedant, like he was reading loudly that Krishna is some Mayavad philosophy that he was shouting. Yoga, Yoga Vasistha Granth that he was read. That Yoga Vasistha is all Mayavad. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that, and this time Advaitacharya was married, so he started beating him. He pulled off his hairs and put him on the down, and that if you wanted this Yoga Vasistha and Gyan is bigger than Bhakti, then why you brought me here? Why did you like worship Shila and Shalagram Shila and with Tulsi and Chandan, and so I came because of you, and now you are teaching this. So Sita Devi, uh, she was very much worried, and she paid obeisances, and he said that I was sleeping very nicely in Shir Sagar, and only to give bhakti is my avatar. So if you this Gyan and Maya and Tattvamasi ki rat lagana thi, so why did you ask me to come? So anyway, Sarvabhaum, he wrote about Advaita Dwadas, Nam Stotra, Advaita Gyan, Advaita Astotra, Shat Nam Stotra. So there are many books about Advaita Acharya, also Advaita Acharya, none different than Mahavishnu and Lala Shiva. So I will end here. This Haridas Thakur and they both used to go together. Haridas Thakur stayed at Advaita Acharya's house also, and it is and their Advaita Acharya's house is very close to where there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthplace. And one time, like they will have boating and Nityananda Prabhu, and they will have joke at Advaita Acharya's house also. And so he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu to come and dine at his home in Shantipur. So they were sitting together, and then he says that you invited us and you put so just little rice. And so Advaitacharya brought a whole big rice, and then Nityananda Prabhu was throwing that rice to Advaitacharya, and when some of the rice is stuck to the body of Advaitacharya, become very, very happy. So anyway, Advaitacharya Mahaprabhu or Advaitacharya Advaita, that there is no difference between Krishna and him. So that's why it is Advaita, and Acharya is the Acharya. This Krishna Bhakti Sampradaya. That's why Advaita Acharya is known. And Bhattacharya wrote many books about him. So we will talk about Srimad Bhagavatam now. It is the 7th canto, text number 25 onward. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 25. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiret Saprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shlokher Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So, Canto 7, Chapter 11, Text number 25. The Perfect Society, 4 social classes. So those are given here. स्त्रीणां च पति देवानां तच्छुश्रु सानुकूलता तद्बन्धु श्वनु प्रतिश्च नित्यं व्रतधारणम. To render service to the husband, to be always favorably disposed towards the husband. So everything should be favorable, what he wants, to be equally well disposed towards the husband's relatives, not just to husband, but his relatives and friends, and to follow the vows of husband. These are to follow the vow. Whatever husband is taken the vows, to follow that vows. Means to fulfill those vows or desires, you may say. These are the 4 principles to be followed by woman, described as chaste woman. So these are the characteristics of a chaste woman or pativrata stri. Unme they have these 4: favorably disposed towards husbands, and then also to her husband's relatives and friends, and vows whatever he has taken, uh, and of the husband. So relatives, that is said. So anyway, these are the 4 vows, and we will describe that again. It is very important for a peaceful householder life that a woman follow the vow of her husband. Any disagreement with the husband's vow will disrupt a family life. In this regard, Chanakya Pandit gives 3 valuable instructions. Dampatyoho kalaho nasti. Kalah means the fighting. Tatra sri swayam agataha. When there are no fights between husband and wife, the goddess of fortune automatically comes to the home. So if you fight, then the Lakshmi will not stay in your home. A woman's education should be conducted along the lines indicated in his verse. The basic principle for a chaste woman is to be always favorably disposed towards her husband. In Bhagavad Gita 140, so it is said, Strishu, just I will take that verse 140. धर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय jayate varna shankara. When religion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the woman of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Urashni, comes unwanted progeny. And so Varna Shankara, unwanted children are born, and Prabhupada used the example that all this uh, uh, so many of these uh, with long hairs, and they do not know what is their what you call them. An increase in unwanted population certainly causes hellish life, both for the family and for the who destroys the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because of performance offering them food and water are entirely stopped. Because they don't, the Varna Shankar people, they do not offer oblations or pindadan or anything. According to the rules and regulation of fruitive activities, there is a need to offer periodical food and water to the forefathers of the family. This offering is performed by worship of Vishnu, because eating the remnants of food offered to Vishnu can deliver one from all kinds of sinful reactions. And sometimes the forefathers may be suffering from various types of sinful reactions, and sometimes some of those. So these are so this prasadam should be offered. When the remnants of prasadam food are offered to the forefathers by descendants, the forefathers are released from ghostly or other kinds of miserable life. Such help can render to forefathers is a family tradition, and those who are not in devotional life are required to perform. So only who are in devotional life, they are not required to perform this Shraddha ceremony. Automatically they get the benefit if one of them is a duty. One who is engaged in this devotional life is not required to perform such actions. Simply by performing devotional service, one can deliver hundreds and thousands of forefathers from all kinds of mercy. As it is stated in Bhagavatam also, anyone who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all kinds of obligation, and has taken to the path in all seriousness, owes neither duty nor obligation to the demigods, devatas, sages, general living entities, family members, humankind, or forefathers. Such obligations are automatically fulfilled by performance of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not only the forefathers, but 21 generations are liberated. Varna Shankara. So Varna Shankara not be there. These hippies are like Varna Shankara and who have no follow up any of the traditions. It is, O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family traditions are destroyed dwell always in hell. So this is told by Arjun, that he says that if I kill all the men, nobody is there to protect. Then there will be Varna Shankara, unwanted children, and different things. APs would be born, and Yavans and Lechas, and they would not follow any tradition. So this is the verse 25 that we are reading, Dampatya Kala, then verse number 26 and 27. सम्मार्जनोपलेपाभ्यां ग्रहमण्डनवर्तनैः स्वयं च मणिता नित्यं परिभ्रष्ट परिच्छदा कामैर् साध्वी प्रक्षयेण दमेन च वाक्यैः सत्यैः प्रियैः प्रेम्णा काले काले भजेत् पतिम्. A chaste woman must dress nicely and decorate herself with golden ornaments for the pleasure of her husband. Always wearing clean and attractive garments, she should sweep and clean the household with water and other liquids so that the entire house is always pure and clean. She should collect the household paraphernalia and keep the house always aromatic with incense and flowers, and must be ready to execute the desires of her husband. Being modest and truthful, controlling her senses, and speaking in sweet words, a chaste woman should engage in the service of her husband with love according to time and circumstances. Number means it's a self-explanatory that what a chaste woman should do. And nowadays, to find chaste woman, and we'll talk about few chaste women are pativrata ladies uh, in the material world. Text number 28. Santustha lolupa daksha dharmagya priya satyavak apramatta suchi snigdha patim swapatitam bhajet. A chaste woman should not be greedy, but satisfied in all circumstances. Whatever is available, she should be satisfied. She must be very expert in handling household affairs and should be fully conversant with religious principles. She should speak pleasantly and truthfully and should be very careful and always clean and pure. Thus, a chaste woman should engage with affection in the service of a husband who is not fallen. So, if some husband is fallen, not Krishna conscious, then she does not have to follow or do all those duties as she has been doing. It is meant for a devotee husband. And if he is fallen, it's away from Krishna consciousness. But anyway, if even if he is fallen, she should not like divorce him and get away. They both can live separately or eat together, not together. They could cook their own separately, and it's all possible. But in the mind, she should not feel that uh, she feels like praise to Lord to make that he becomes a devotee somewhere or another. According to the injunction of Yagyavalkya, an authority of religious principles, Asudheya Sampradikshyo hi Mahapataka Dustina. One is considered contaminated by the reactions of great sinful activities when one has not been purified according to the methods of the Dasavidya Sanskar. In Bhagavad Gita, however, the Lord says, Namam Duskriti Moda Prapadyante Naradhama. Those miscreants who do not surrender unto me are the lowest of mankind. The word Naradhama means non-devotees. Adhama means lower in all the humankind. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, Ye bhaje se bada abhakta hina chara. Anyone who is devotee is sinless. One who is not a devotee, however, is most fallen and condemned. It is recommended, therefore, that a chaste woman not associate with a fallen husband. A fallen husband is one who is addicted to the four principles of sinful activity: illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, intoxication, especially if one is not a soul surrendered to Supreme Personality of Godhead, is understood to be contaminated. Thus, a chaste woman is advised not to agree to serve such a husband. It is not that a chaste woman should be like a slave, while her husband is Naradhama, the lowest of men. Although the duties of woman are different from those of a man, a chaste woman is not meant to serve a fallen husband. If her husband is fallen, it is recommended that she give up his association. Giving up the association of her husband does not mean, however, that a woman should marry again and thus indulge in prostitution. If a chaste woman unfortunately marries a husband who is fallen, she should live separately from him. Similarly, a husband can separate himself from a woman who is not chaste according to the descriptions of the Shastra. The conclusion is that a husband should be a pure Vaishnava and that a woman should be a chaste wife with all the symptoms described in this regard. Then both of them will be happy and make spiritual progress in Krishna consciousness. And so both should be a devotee and serve each other and follow the religious regulatory principles. Text number 29. Ya patim haribhavena bhajet Shri Iva Tatpara Haryatmana Harer Loke Patya Shrir Iva Modate. The woman who engages in the service of her husband, following strictly in the footsteps of the goddess of fortune. When as the Lakshmi Devi is worshipping Vishnu, she should also worship her husband like a Lakshmi Devi. Surely returns back home back to Godhead with her devotee husband, and lies very happily in the Vaikuntha planet. The faithfulness means to go back home back to Godhead is easy if one marries to, whether it is husband or wife, both should be the devotees of the Lord Krishna, and should worship him. The faithfulness of the goddess of fortune is the ideal for a chaste woman. Although Lakshmi Devi's place is in the chest, there is a tuft of hairs, golden tuft of hairs. Uh, so, so that is there. Also, there is a Srivatsa mark. Also, Lord wears Kaustubh. So this Brahma Samhita says Lakshmi Sahasrasata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. That thousands of Lakshmis, they want to worship Krishna or Narayan. Uh, so, and then gopis in the Krishna Lok, they are also Lakshmis, more than even Lakshmis. In the Vaikuntha planet, Lord Vishnu is worshipped by many, many thousands of goddesses of fortune. And in Golok Vrindavan, Lord Krishna is worshipped by many, many thousands of gopis, all of whom are goddesses of fortune. Any gopi is a goddess of fortune. A woman should serve her husband as faithfully as the goddess of fortune. A man should be an ideal servant of Lord, and a woman should be an ideal wife like the goddess of fortune. In both husband and wife. So husbands all the services to the Lord. She is Ardhangini, half body. Half of the husband's body belongs to uh, the wife, and she gets all the credits. So husband worships Krishna and the wife worships the husband, and both live together happily and go back home, back to Godhead. The both husband and wife will be so faithful and strong that by acting together, they will return home back to Godhead without a doubt. And Madhvacharya gives this opinion, and I will just read the translation. A woman should think of her husband as the supreme Lord. Similarly, a disciple should think of the spiritual master as the supreme personality of Godhead. A Shudra should think of a Brahmana as the supreme personality of Godhead. And a servant should think of his master as the supreme personality of Godhead. In this way, all of them will automatically become devotee of the Lord. In other words, by thinking this way, all of them will become Krishna conscious. So, so you worship, like say when you drink water, you think that it is energy. That means these are all are even if you have marriage and dharma aviruddho bhuteshu, kamasmo vartarshava. And the kam means whatever desires that you have, and the desire is Krishna if it is not against the religious principles, including the sex life, but it is for begetting children. So in this way, if a guru is worshipped like Krishna, or a master like Brahman is uh, Shudra, he's serving a Brahmanas, it's a Vaishnava is the supreme personality of Godhead, then they will think of Krishna. Not that he thinks that he is Krishna. Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastrai Uktas Tatha Bhavyat Eva Sadvi Kintu Praborya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravilla. Sakshat Hari should be taught by the disciples or by the one who is serving that Guru is like a Hari, but he himself does not think that he is Hari. He thinks that he is the Priya Avatash, he is his Sevak, his Priya Sevak, is serving him. Next number 30. Vrati Shankara Jati Nam Tat Tat Kulakrata Bhavet Achara Nam Apapa Nam Antya Jante Vasai Nam. Among the mixed class known as, now it is all about the, but what about the mixed class who are Varnashankaras or who are like hippies? What about them? So among the mixed classes known as Shankara, those who are Varnashankara are not thieves are known as anti-Vasai. Anti-Vasai are Chandals, dog eaters, and they are also have their hereditary customs. The four, this is like, so Bhagavata is so complete that it talks about every kind of people. Bhagavatam wants that every time people they worship Krishna, they raise themselves and to Krishna, full Krishna consciousness. Even if they are Durachari, apichetsu Duracharo bhajate mam ananyavag sadhureva samantavya samak vyavasthitam. The four principal divisions of society, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, have been defined. And now there is a description of the Antyaj. Antyaj means lower, mixed the class. Among the mixed classes, there are two divisions, Pratiloma and Anuloma. If a woman of a high caste marries a man of a lower caste, like Brahman marries Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra, their union is called Pratilom. And Anulom is if a woman of a low uh, caste, however, marries a man of higher caste, their union is called Anulom. Anu means to follow. So Anulom and Pratilom. Anulom is more better, but doesn't matter if both are devotees. And Prabhupada, like I met Srila Prabhupada, and he saw one Indian gentleman, Punjabi man, married to one American beautiful woman from America. And Prabhupada said that is both are Krishna conscious. If it is not dependent on bodily attraction, attraction is to Krishna. But the marriage is not done because of bodily level to enjoy the body, but it is to enjoy Krishna. And both can worship together, then he says there is no harm. The members of such dynasties have their traditional duties as barbers, washermen, and so on. Among the Antijas, those who are still somewhat pure in that they do not steal and are not addicted to meat eating, drinking, illicit sex, and gambling are called antivasai. Antevasai. Among people of lower classes, intermarriage and the drinking of wine are allowed, or those people do not recognize such conduct as sinful among themselves. Means their meat eating or drinking, it is allowed. So what example has hello, Hare Krishna. So example has been given that if there is a fire and you put little drops of ghee, the fire would go more and more. But if you put too much, then fire will extinguish. Same thing, if these antijas are lower caste, if they indulge too much, then one day it will dawn that what is they don't get any enjoyment from all that indulging too much. So they will give it up. So that is the way it has been given here in the and just let us just read these few verses more, and the chapter will be ending. प्राय स्वभाव विहितो नृणाम धर्मो युगे युगे वेद दृग्भिः स्मृतो राजन प्रेत्य चेह च सर्वकृत. My dear king, Brahmanas, my dear king means it has been uh, King Yudhishthir Maharaj is being told by Narad Muni. He is narrating to him about all this perfect society and four orders of society and social classes. That's why Brahmanas, well conversant in Vedic knowledge, have given their verdict that in every age, yuga, the conduct of different sections of people according to their material modes of nature is auspicious both in this life and after death. So conduct of different sections, they will have different conduct or what mode they are in tamoguni or rajoguni or satoguni. But if they follow according and then gradually they elevate, the purpose is to gradually elevate. Everybody cannot become Shuddha Sattva or Bhagavat Tattva. There is a mixture, and that mixture, but if they all follow the Vedic injunction, they all can elevate and ultimately could go back home, back to garden. So this instruction are given for every kind of people. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Sheyam Swadharma Viguna Paradharma Swanisthita. So this is in 335. That Sheyam Dharmo Viguna परधर्मास्त्वनुस्थितान् स्वधर्मे निधनश्रेयः परधर्मो भयावह. It is far better to discharge one's prescribed duties, even though prescribed duties according to varnashram, even though heartily, even according to you do it for then another's duties perfectly. Means you cannot, like if you are a Shudra, then act according to on a Shudra level. And that is better than performing some Brahmana's duties or Kshatriya's duties. And now it is all mixed up. And that would be better because that is very temporary that you may become a Brahmana or temporarily, but your long term is that you are a Shudra. So you remain as a Shudra, even if you do it better for certain time. So destruction in the course of performing one's own duty is better, even if there is a it is better than engaging in another's duties. Or to follow another's path is dangerous. So one should not follow others' duties, others uh, that you. But gradually you can be trained to perform, but not that immediately you engage in something which is not in your course, which is not because these gunas are acting, gunas are working. त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्य बट गुण प्रकृति क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वस अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ता मिति मंत्र. So gun are acting, gun are doing. And gun comes from what kind of food, where you live, what is your association, what is your family lineage, and accordingly you get the gunas. And then you act according to the gunas. Is like the ropes, uh, and then and then the puppeteer is the Durga Devi, and she is moving you according to the direction of Krishna. So one should not puppet start thinking that I am dancing, I am singing, I am acting. But no, it is done by your gunas. So gun should be gradually should be elevated from tamogun to rajogun to satogun and satogun to shuddha satogun, Vasudev sat. So that's why these words, sometimes it is very confusing that if you are performing some other duty nicely, why you are not of that. But your main is like if you are mainly, if you are a Shudra, then perform Shudra's duty. Don't try to do until you are fully trained and you practice that. It is far better to discharge one's prescribed duties, even though, so there are duties has been given in this pages of Bhagavatam. What Brahmana should do, what Kshatriya should do, what brahmacharya or vanprastha sannyasi. So given in detail, even though they may be family faulty what you are doing, then another's duties. The Antyajas, the men of the lower classes, Antya means lower, are accustomed to stealing, drinking, and illicit sex, but that is not considered sinful. And now, even these things are not considered sinful for that person. For example, it is if a tiger kills a man, that is not sinful. But if a man kills another man, that is considered sinful. And, and the killer is hanged. That is the daily affair among the animals. It is a sinful act in you. The affairs that they kill each other. Jivo jivasya jivanam. One jiva is a food for another jiva. And they are not doing any sinful activity. Same thing is lower than the animals, that there are certain men who are like animals. And if they are doing that, it is not sinful. Animal is sinful. Uh, According to the symptoms of higher and lower sections of society, there are different varieties of occupational duties. According to the experts in the Vedic knowledge, these duties are prescribed in terms of the age concerned, whether it is Satyug, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga, that is the age. Uh, the text number 32. सत्या स्वभावकृतया वर्तमान स्वकर्म कृत हित्वा स्वभावजम कर्म शनैर्निर्गुणतामियात्. If one acts in his profession according to his position in the modes of nature and gradually gives up these activities, he attains the Nishkam age. So gradually, if he does it, then he becomes Nishkam. If one gradually gives up his hereditary customs and duties and tries to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his natural position, he is gradually able to become free from these activities and he attains the stage of Nishkam, freedom from material desires. Kam means desires, and Nishkam means without any material desires. Evam ka कामाशयं चित्तं कामानाम् अतिसेवया विरजेत यथा राजन् Agnivat Kama Bindubi. My dear king, if an agricultural field is cultivated again and again, the power of its production decreases. Means if they cultivate the same thing again and again, then all the tattva are gone, and means it has to be rotated, the crops. Power of its production decreases, and whatever seeds are shown they are lost. There are lost. Just as drops of ghee on a fire never extinguishes the fire, but a flood of ghee will. Similarly, overindulgence in lusty desires mitigates such desires entirely. So that is Bhagavatam observation, and Narad Muni is telling that just you go the same crop again and again, same activity, like say sex life, again and again and again, you will get frustrated. You won't get any interest. If you are eating some rasgulla or gulab jamun, you may take 10, 20, 30 or eat every day. But after that, let me eat some savory or something chatpata, some spicy, not all the sweets. So that desire to eat that, oh, बिल्कुल पूरी खत्म हो जाएगा. They will get disgusted. So same thing if somebody is overindulging in something, then their desire to indulge again or more further you cannot enjoy more. That is the nature of the. So ghee example is the given that if you put drop by drop ghee, then fire would go more. But if you put a whole lump of ghee or a bit dhar, then it will extinguish the fire. If one continuously sprinkles drops of ghee on a fire, the fire will not be extinguished. But if one suddenly puts a lump of ghee on a fire, the fire may possibly be extinguished entirely. Similarly, those who are too sinful and have thus been born in lower classes are allowed to enjoy sinful activities fully. For thus, there is a chance that these activities will become detestful to them and they will get the opportunity to be purified. So if they come to Krishna consciousness and see that, oh, in the temple, even if they come for fun, but when they hear, they see the atmosphere, and oh, it is people are so happy and they are not like hippies, but they are happies. So they will come to that level and join the principles of Krishna consciousness. Text number 35, and that is the end. यस्य यल्लक्षणं प्रोक्तं पुंसो वर्णाभिव्यञ्जकं यदन्यत्रापि दृश्येत तत्तेनैव विनिर्दिशेत. If one knows the symptoms of a being a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra is described above, even if he has appeared in a different class, he should be accepted according to of those symptoms of classification. Herein it is clearly stated at Narmani that one should not be accepted as a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra according to birth. For although this is going on now, it is not accepted by the Shastras. As is stated in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnyam Maya Shastam Guna Karma Vibhagasa. The four divisions of society, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, are to be ascertained according to the qualities and activities. Guna Karma. Guna means quality and karma means activity. If one was born in a Brahman family and has acquired the Brahminical qualification, he is to be accepted as a Brahman. Otherwise, he should be considered a Brahma Bandhu. Means name is Brahma, but his Bandhu just in that family that he is born. That's why. Similarly, if a Shudra acquires the qualities of a Brahmana, although he was born in Shudra family, he is not a Shudra because he has developed the qualities of a Brahman. He should be accepted as a Brahman, not Brahma Bandhu means who is not following the Brahmanical culture, is like a Shudra. So he will be called Brahman. This Shudra, if he's following like Brahman, then he should be accepted as a Brahman. Just like Haridas Thakur was acting like more than a Brahmana, and Advaita Acharya invited him only for Shraddha ceremony. And the Brahmanas got very, very angry. He was given the first plate, and then they went home, but their fire was all extinguished by the Lord's arrangement. And they were so hungry and could not burn the fire to cook at their home. So they all came back at the whatever was available. They ate it at the Acharya's house. So there in this Shraddha ceremony, there is no need to invite many, many people. Tarpan or Pindadan, Pinda means it is a rice ball and prepared and given to the Supreme Lord, and then it reaches to their forefathers. So only 2 or 3 Brahmanas are necessary. There is no need to have so much crowd and spending so much money. That money should be used in service of Krishna, direct service of Krishna, in spreading Krishna consciousness, printing books, temple, making decoration, inviting people, following like so many festivals that should be uh, Janmashtami or Chet, Gaur Purnima is coming or Diwali or so it should be spent on some useful thing, not wasting the Lakshmi. The Krishna consciousness movement is meant to develop these Brahmanical qualities, regardless of the community in which one was born. If one develops the qualities of a Brahmana, he should be accepted as a Brahmana. And like Prabhupada, so many Vlechas were there in Yavana. And then they all became Brahmanas, topmost Brahmanas. And he then maybe offered the order of sannyas. Unless one is qualified in terms of the Brahmanical symptoms, one cannot take sannyas. In designating a person, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, birth is not the essential symptom. This understanding is very important. Here in Narad Muni distinctly says that one may be accepted according to the caste of this birth if he has the corresponding qualification. Like say a Brahmana son sees all the activities of his father and does all these things like his father is doing, then he could be accepted as a Brahmana. But otherwise, he should not. One who has attained the qualification of a Brahmana, regardless of where he was born, should be accepted as a Brahmana. Similarly, if one has developed the qualities of a Shudra or a Chandal, regardless of where he was born, he should be accepted in terms of those symptoms. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 7th canto, 11th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Perfect Society, Four Social Classes. So, thank you so much. If there is any comments, questions, there are still 5-6 minutes we can discuss about these points. Just one about Advaita Acharya and the caste system and the Devi Varnashram, that it is according to their guna and karma, and how one should you behave, how we should accept, how the Shudras can be indulged uh, in what they are doing wrong activity. But by indulging, one day it will dawn to them that they will come to their senses, and if there is good association, they may become devotees. So Prabhupada or Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says that if wants to like listen to the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, even if I have to serve the meat, I will give them the meat. I would not hesitate in giving them the meat because they are meat eaters, they will eat anyway. So why not? But at least at the same time, they are listening to the greatest of the scholar, not only scholar, but greatest of the devotees, Bhakti Siddhanta. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says that. Okay, so if there is any comments or questions, we can discuss. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna. Sometimes there may be some controversial things that what we learn, and then we think that, oh, it is controversial, but it is not. We should follow strictly according to the Vedic injunction and what Prabhupada as a Jagat Guru is teaching us.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Maharaj, Dandat Pranam, always to Sri Prabhupada.
Yeah,
Such a nice class delineating upon the Varnashrama duties, Advani telling you this to you. I have a question. Is
yes.
it if so? Svabhai Pumsa Paro Dharma Yato Bhakti Radhok Suje. So Paro Dharma is Bhagavad Bhakti. So if there is a conflict of Varnashrama duty and Bhagavati duty, so which one is to be followed?
Varnashram can also follow Param Dharma, Bhagavad Bhakti. So Bhagavad Bhakti is always definitely higher than the Varnashram. Varnashram is just a duty, it is divisions has been done, and by following that strictly, you are doing bhakti. Like if you are a nice husband and you have a chaste wife and both are worshipping, and your dharma is grahastha dharma that you are following. But still, if you are doing devotional service, you are devotee, Vaishnava only. So not that whatever your dharma is, even if you are a butcher or even Raidas was making shoes, but because he was devotee at the same time, so he should be accepted as a devotee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with the
there is no conflict between Varnashram dharma and devotional service. If you perform it properly, purely, then you could use everything in your according to your Varna and ashram for service to Krishna. Put Krishna in the center of all your activity.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
yes.
Hare Krishna.
So there are two Haridas Thakur, right?
Yes.
One is Tansen's Guru, another one who brought Bhakti
Haridas.
Bihari, right?
Uh, no, so that is who brought Tansen's Guru Haridas brought like Bhakti Bihari. But Haridas in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, he whether he was Yaman or not, but anyway, he was born in a Hindu family, but was brought up his parents like because his parents they died. So he Muslim family they brought him up, and then he became Namacharya Haridas Thakur because for his previous life he was chanting 300,000 names every day. So we should not accept him as a Muslim, or we should accept him as a Namacharya Haridas Thakur.
Right. So yesterday we heard that Haridas Thakur one time was beaten many times, and then he kind of died, and they threw his body in the river, and later on he revived. So which Haridas Thakur was that?
No, that was Namacharya Haridas.
Ramacharya.
Because right.
Okay.
He was
So
beaten because being a Muslim, this Kaji complained to the king, Hussein
yes,
Shah, that he is uh, not following his own principles and is chanting and is spoiling so many others Muslims and he's creating controversy. And so beat him. So in the result, you beat him in 22 marketplaces until he dies. But he did not die. He really did not die. He became unconscious just so to save those Jallad who were beating him. Otherwise, the order was that if you don't kill him, then we will kill you. So they were very much afraid. They asked Haridas Thakur that we will be killed. So he became unconscious and as if he is dead. And then uh, they said that he cannot be burned, he cannot be, no cremation, there is no, he cannot be given a samadhi or इस मुस्लिमों को जो काढ़ा जाता है.
right.
So then they thought that let us just throw him in the Ganges river. And then gradually he revived, he went to the other side too. And then he became so famous. Many people were coming and Ramchandra Khan became very envious why he is so much worshipped. So he sent a prostitute to him. And then again he did not really got into trap of this prostitute and then he made her a devotee, gave that place. He knew ahead of the time that prostitute would come and so he was staying there. He could have left that place, but he stayed there to liberate the prostitute. So such is the devotee that he did not feel that that people would deride me or but he said that she will become a devotee. So he stayed there until she became a devotee.
Hmm. Interesting. But one point I have, when people come, they're born in maybe in Muslim family, but when they accepted Krishna and they worshipped Krishna all along, then why we always think, Muslim? He accepted so many people in our SCON system, they accepted this, our religion. Then we should keep telling them, oh, you're Christian. That's not right, right?
No. There are many Christians. ISKCON family, all senior devotees are from Christian background. We don't call them Christian. We
No, but
call them our
why?
Vaishnava.
But we call Muslim when you heard same thing. Rahim Das, we call Muslim. Or Rahim or Raskhan, we call Muslim. We call in some in this one.
Just to, just to that, yes, he is from there. Why we call it? So others can also listen and could become devotees. And also to glorify that even if born in such a low family, he is still such a highly elevated soul, a Vaishnava. So it's not that it is how to deride or to put somebody down, then that is bad. But if you are glorifying them and if they are, then it's just a recognition. We call that he's sword or he's this and this. No, we should not think in that way.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for all your help.
No, thank you.
A good
Thank you for
lecture.
asking.
And Hare Krishna.
Anybody else has any comments, questions? So we should end now.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you so much for this nectarian class and all about explaining Advaita Acharya Prabhu and
Jai.
the verses and ending the chapter. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Srila
Hare Krishna
Prabhupada
Maharaj.
ki jai.
Today is the appearance
Hare
day of Advaita Acharya.
Right.
So
That's it.
how are you supposed to meditate upon his gunas and leelas?
Glorify Advaita Acharya, his Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva together. We should fast until noon time, worship him, put his picture and offer arti and bhoga also. You could offer nice bhoga to Advaita Acharya. Okay.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Maharaj.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarvesha kripa sindhuve
Yes,
vacha
yes,
patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हिज होलिनेस शमी कृषि महाराज की जय। थैंक यू सो मच महाराज। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.